What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? According to a new book that's out at the end of this month, Malcolm X met with leaders of the Ku Klux Klan to discuss a black-only state. This information was made available by a man named Jeremiah Shabazz. He was a former roommate of Malcolm X and a minister of the Nation of Islam. He said this meeting took place in the 1950s, the late 1950s, at Malcolm X's Atlanta home. He said that a 10 motorcade group of Klansmen pulled up at Malcolm's house. To break the ice, the lead member, W.S. Fellows, made a joke about killing a Jewish boy by the name of Leo Frank over what he said was the killing of a 13-year-old girl. Come to find out that this guy didn't really do it, but they lynched him anyway. And he bragged about how his eyes just bulged when they pulled a rope. He said he did this because he thought that they had a mutual enemy in the Jewish people. Malcolm skipped right over that conversation and went straight to business. Okay, let's talk about this black state. And it is said that W.S. Fellows said, whatever you want, as long as y'all are okay with being black and stand to yourself. So that's kind of how the conversation supposedly went. And Malcolm went back to Chicago, where Elijah Muhammad was located, and he gave him that information. It didn't say what became of that information or why it never materialized. But this is what Jeremiah Shabazz is claiming. Jeremiah Shabazz died in 1998. Malcolm X was executed and was assassinated in February of 1965. In fact, his death date was February 21st, 1965. So they killed Malcolm in 65, they killed Martin in 68. Malcolm was for defending yourself, taking up arms. Martin was, hey, all love, kumbaya, and they killed him anyway. So they kill you when you're violent, they kill you when you're non-violent. They kill you when you defend yourself, they kill you when you don't defend yourself. So if you're gonna go down, you may as well go down fighting, right? If you're gonna go down. But the thing about it, if you fight back, you may not go down at all. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. So Malcolm met with the KKK. No surprise there. You know, they both shared the same ideology that black people needed to be to themselves. The funny thing is, when you think about all of this hatred that black people have in America, you think about all of the racism, and you think about all of the murders, how black people don't get a fair shake in the judicial system, in the educational system, in the job system, you know, just in every genre of life, you know, in America, it is a challenge for black people to just exist, let alone try to accomplish something. You know, it makes you say, well, damn, man, we doing everything we can to get along and make this thing work, and it just ain't working out because y'all don't want it to work out. So let us have our own thing, and we cool. So a lot of people are coming around. A lot of black people are finally coming around and saying, man, it don't matter what we do. These people just don't respect us, and these people are just not going to let us be. So we may as well just have our own thing. So it appears that Malcolm and Martin had it right, because when black people were to themselves and doing their own thing and in their own communities, they wasn't getting killed by the police. They wasn't being discriminated against. They wasn't being denied access to basic human rights. You know, they wouldn't have to deal with none of that stuff. So it appears that the Nation of Islam had it right all the while. So perhaps that's why the Nation of Islam is under constant attack by the powers that be, you know, and the status quo and all of that stuff, because they're riding for black folks for real. So, hey, I ain't got no problem with Malcolm meeting with the KKK. I've said it before myself, before I even knew he had met with the KKK. I said myself, I'll meet with the KKK. If we can move the needle, what we gonna talk about? Let's get down to business. If we can sit down and talk and have a respectful conversation and we can move that needle, if I think you're serious about moving that needle, I'll have a conversation with you. I would not sit down and talk with Donald Trump, and he is the KKK, but I wouldn't talk to him because he play games. You know, he ain't got no intention on holding up to his word. I mean, you know, a lie ain't nothing for him to tell. So I wouldn't believe nothing he says. I would just think meeting with that dude is a waste of time. And this is why I have no respect for others who meet with him, because all he's doing is using them for photo ops. So can't get me like that. Nah, I'm good. But what say you, fam? Y'all believe, first of all, that he met with the KKK? And if so, do you think it was a good idea? Drop a comment. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Yeah.